A very good evening to you and welcome. It's Thursday, 13th June 2024. Peace is the path to the prosperity of a nation. Let peace reign. On the news this evening, assaulted student of Rivers State University recounts ordeal. Rivers State Waste Management Agency blames local government chairman for refuse in parts of the state. Stakeholder speaks on impact of discrimination against albinism as world marks Albinism Awareness Day. Supreme Court reserves judgment on local government autonomy. On the foreign scene, Kenyan police shoots magistrates in open court. I am Constance Mega. A student of the Rivers State University, Victor Tobin, says he was beaten up by members of the Man O' War on campus. Mr. Tobin, a third-year sociology student, explained that he was assaulted for walking on their pavement.
I came down, apologized to them, told them that I didn't know that they don't usually walk on their pavement. When the guy saw that I was not ready to compromise, I told him I'm already leaving. He was like, where am I going to that? I should sit on the floor. I should come back and sit down in their base. So when they saw that I was trying to struggle with them, and fight with them, that I'm not going in, I think 3 of their superiors approached again. And as he spoke to the superior that see what his boys are doing, he was not ready to listen. He listened to what his boys said. They still attacked me on top. All of them, before I know, somebody hit me from the back. Before I know, somebody came directly from my eyes. That's when I just had the blackout.
Our correspondent gathered that the assault triggered a protest by students who also walked on that same pavement of the Man O' War near their office at Hostel F, demanding the disbandment of the institution's Man O' War, citing gross human rights abuses. But the situation was, however, brought under control by the police, who were dispatched to prevent any breakdown of law and order. The commandant of the Man O' War at the Rivers State University, Horsfall, declined to comment, but the school management says a meeting was held to resolve the issues today, and the meeting would continue tomorrow. Moving on, the leader of the Simplified Movement in Obiakpo local government area of Rivers State, Chijioke Ihunwo, is asking the Ndigbo community to continue to support and pray for the success of the Rivers State Governor, Siminalayi Fubara, for him to succeed. Mr. Ihunwo, who is also the chairman of the National Youth Council of Nigeria, Rivers State chapter, spoke during a town hall meeting of Ndigbo in the local government area.
People are doing business in our states. You are part of us. What we want you to do is to continue to pray for the governor. We have a very quiet governor, a man who is very humble and God-fearing. And that is why our state is moving forward. So for us, we should not be afraid. Our local government is a very big place. I'm also aware that the former governor is also from our local government. Give us the support. So we need everybody for us to succeed. And let me also tell you, those who are doing business, if anybody is harassing you, tell us. We'll report the person to the governor.
Well, in his remarks, the Ndigbo in Rivers and Bayelsa states, Sam Nwokolo, said Ndigbo will continue to stand with Governor Fubara.
You've always shown us your face. You've always shown us that we are your brothers. We are standing with you. We are standing with the governor. Ambassador Chijioke, we are your people. We will stand there. I've told my people, if Chijioke is moving, if the youths, they are 1,000, let Igbos be 800 among them. Because of him, I tell you the truth, unadulterated, I can stand anywhere and say, I support the governor.
Our correspondent reports that the leader of the Simplified Movement in Obiakpo announced a donation of 10 million naira to the women. Well, the Commissioner for Transport, Collins Onunwo, announced a 3 million naira donation to the women as well. Well, the event was attended by the Commissioner for Power, Solomon Eke, and the former caretaker chairman of Obiakpo local government area, Chikodi Dike, amongst others. Kenneth Yowika, who says he is the PDP caretaker publicity secretary in Rivers State, says the attention of the PDP has been drawn to a statement credited to a former caretaker chairman of Kana local government area, Sydney Bara, claiming that Martin Amehule and his colleagues are not members of the Rivers State House of Assembly. At a media briefing in Port Harcourt, Dr. Yowika called on Mr. Bara to immediately stop making such comments. He asked Mr. Bara to stop parading himself as the publicity secretary of the PDP, as his tenure in that office ended on 21st March.
Honorable Tambari Gbara should know that acts of impersonation are punishable by the laws of Nigeria. Honorable Gbara should also know that cases still pending in court should not be commented on, so you would not be seen to be preempting the outcome. The party had previously informed the public that Honorable Tambari Gbara's name was not included on the authentic list of the ESCO members sent by the National Working Committee NWC to the state office through its chairman, Honorable Chukwuemeka Aaron. We compel him to seize any action that may mislead the public into believing that he still speaks for the party.
Well, Dr. Yowika also said Mr. Gbara should know that acts of impersonation are punishable by law.
The party heavily frowns upon Tambari Gbara's continuous attempts to feed the listening public with incorrect information. The party had previously informed the public that Tambari Gbara's name was not included on the authentic list of ESCO members being sent by the National Working Committee NWC to the state office through the caretaker committee chairman, Honorable Chukwuemeka Aaron. We compel him to seize any action that may mislead the public into believing that he still speaks for the party.
In other news, a communication expert, Innocent Kasarachi, says the nation's democratic process has not improved after 25 years of democracy because the legal frameworks of Nigeria are not being followed by the leaders. Dr. Kasarachi, a lecturer at the University of Port Harcourt, spoke with our correspondent on this. Well, he also faulted the government for not creating an enabling environment for a transparent electoral and judicial system. Moving on now, the acting coordinator of the River State Waste Management Agency, RIWAMA, Prince Ohia, has attributed the piles of refuse in some local government areas to the negligence of local government chairmen. Mr. Ohia said this in an interview with correspondent Emeka Otuka while responding to complaints from residents of Rukboko, Alu and Oyibo about the heaps of waste on major roads. Well, he said it is the responsibility of the council chairman to ensure the evacuation of waste generated by residents in their areas, not RIWAMA. He also clarified that RIWAMA's duties are limited to waste management in Obiakpo and Port Harcourt City local government areas.
The local government are supposed to man the waste evacuation in their local government through the local government allocations. But you can see a situation where the local government chairman abandon all this waste recklessly without recourse to the health of the people. And today everybody is looking up to Rwanda and expect that we will do magic to attend to the 23 local governments. If the people presently that are manning the affairs of the local government blatantly refuse to manage the waste that are being generated by the entities or those who stay in their local government.
In another development, River State Commissioner for Agriculture, Victor Key, says the Phase 2 of the Special Agro-Processing Zone project holds immense potential for the economic prosperity of the state. But the commissioner said this when the delegation from the federal government, the National Coordination Committee for the Phase 2 of the Special Agro-Processing Zone project, led by Mrs. Olayiwola Temitope, and the representatives of the African Development Bank, led by Ms. Monde Nyambe, visited the state to inspect the proposed site for the project. The commissioner, who represented the state governor, Siminala Ifubara, said when completed, the project will enhance agricultural production and create numerous employment opportunities for citizens. Mr. Aki said the project aligns with the goals of sustainable development, poverty reduction, and food security. Well, the commissioner also commended Governor Fubara for his dedication and commitment to the development of agriculture in the state. Well, he said through the initiative, Governor Fubara has proven his determination to prioritize the agricultural sector and fulfill his promise to the people of Rivers State. Still to come, Supreme Court reserves judgment on local government autonomy. Stay tuned. The rest of the news. As the world marks International Albinism Awareness Day, a young woman living with albinism, Sharon Edith, has expressed frustration over the discrimination they face. In an interview with our correspondent, Miss Edith says people look down on her.
But some people just look down on you. Somebody's gonna say she cannot do anything. Maybe it's skin or anything like that. But you know, anything is better. Having a job, being an albino is not a big deal. In some cases they look down on me, so they don't look down on me. They just say, okay, you can do it.
On her part, an albinism advocate, Golden Nwobi, called for an end to discrimination against persons living with albinism, where she says many ladies living with albinism find it difficult to get married because of this. Mrs. Nwobi, the River State chairman, Albinism Association of Nigeria, explained that people with albinism are normal human beings.
Discrimination from our various homes, the society at large, our peer group. Most of us that are the age of marriage, you find it so difficult to get married because of discrimination. They feel that our colors are different from theirs, but in the other way around, it's just the need that we lack. Apart from that, we are just the same thing.
Mrs. Nwobi, who noted the harmful effects of the sun on people with albinism, called on the state government to provide essential items like sunscreen, umbrellas and sunshades to help protect them.
We have a problem called skin cancer. That problem is so common in people with albinism, and sun is a deadly disease to us. The people with albinism in River State, we are asking the state government to help us with sunscreen, umbrella, and sunshade. And schools should also help people with albinism, that's government school and private schools. They should help us to allow them to put on long sleeve too, and they shouldn't bring them out during PE in school, labor, especially that of government school.
Well, International Albinism Awareness Day, observed on 13th June each year, aims to raise awareness about albinism, a rare genetic condition characterized by a lack of pigmentation in the skin, hair and eyes. Well, this year's theme, 10 years of IAAD, a decade of collective progress, marks a decade of efforts to increase awareness and support for those with albinism. Away from that, President Bola Tinubu will tomorrow receive a draft bill seeking a return to a regional system of government for Nigeria. While the proposed legislation, authored by a chieftain of the Yoruba Sociocultural Association, Afenifere, Akin Fakponda, seeks, among others, new extant laws to be cited as the Constitution of the Federal Republic of Nigeria New Governance Model for Nigeria Act 2024. Well, earlier, Mr. Fakponda told journalists that after transmitting the bill to the president, he would wait for 7 days before releasing it to the public. The Supreme Court has reserved its judgment on the suits the federal government filed to secure full autonomy for the 774 local government areas in the country. A 7-man panel of the court, led by Justice Garba Lawal, okayed the matter for judgment after the 36 state governors, through their attorney generals, adopted their briefs of argument. But the states, in separate preliminary objections, sought the dismissal of the suit with substantial cost. And on the international scene, a senior Kenyan police officer, Samson Kipruto, has been shot dead after he opened fire at a magistrate in court in the capital, Nairobi, where the chief inspector opened fire on Makadara principal magistrate Monica Kivuti shortly after she made a ruling in a case reportedly involving his wife. Well, the officer was said to have been angered by the court's decision to cancel her bail after she had absconded. Well, the officer shot the magistrate, injuring her. Other officers in court responded immediately, with one of them shooting the offending policeman and killing him. On the news this evening, you heard that an assaulted student of the River State University, Victor Tobin, has recounted his ordeal. The River State Waste Management Agency has blamed local government chairmen for the pile of refuse in their councils. And a stakeholder has spoken on the impact of albinism as the world marks Albinism Awareness Day. On the foreign scene, a Kenyan police officer today shot a magistrate in an open court. The news was edited by Onyeka Chinwosu. To reach the news team, send an SMS or WhatsApp to 0808 721 7215. I am Constance Mega. Thank you so much for listening. Good evening.